Broadway's been turned upside down. A Stranger Things prequel now on Broadway. It takes place 24 years before the start of the smash Netflix hit. So let's head out to the theater for a backstage tour.
Hi friends, my name is Burke Swanson. I'm playing James Hopper Jr. over here at Stranger Things The First Shadow, and I'm going to take you on a little backstage tour, but before I do that, I should probably sign in. Here at the Marquee Theater, we'll do a big ol' heart right there for you and for me. Cheers. Let's check it out. I think the first most important stop here would be to check out my father, Ted, who plays Chief Hopper in the show. Made this beautiful joke, or Demi Morgan, so shout out to Demi. This is a shout out for our 100 shows, which we've, of course, changed to Patient 001 Henry Creel. This is the start, truly, of our backstage. You can see a bunch of our costumes here. We have 34 people on stage. Swings, covers, understudies, all going in throughout the show every single night. So there's a lot to be had. Our dressers are really keeping the show all together. This is the most incredible stage management team of all time, getting prepped to go to the Upside Down this very night. Calling the show every single night, is there a moment in the show that is the most complex from a stage management perspective?
Only the scenes that have you in them, Burke.
Oh, yes. See, there's a lot of heart and soul that goes into James Hopper Jr., and Rolt sees that. So we appreciate that. Thank you, Rolt. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep going. Let's go find Wham and wardrobe here. Welcome to level 3. This is where my dressing room is, but it also is where wardrobe and Wham is. So let's see if we can find any of our friends here. Have a little chit chat. Carrie, can you talk about your space a little bit and what is going on here?
Yeah, this is the Wham department, wigs, hair, and makeup. We do about 50 wigs in the show every night.
All of the blood that you see in the show is coming from the one and only Lindsay, on me, out of eyes, out of everything else. But it's an incredible operation here. Here is a shot of the stage so that everybody can know what's going on, as well as hearing it throughout the show too. You're now in the mezzanine right now. This is a very special place for me. Not only is this where they're testing all the music, but it also is where I do my warm-up pre-show. I find that it's the best place to sort of breathe in the full space, and seats like this is exactly where I was watching my first Broadway shows as well, so it's a very special place, near and dear to me in terms of my process, but it also keeps me very close to my friends up in the spot booth here. We have a one-of-a-kind spot booth in terms of the machinery and the technology that we're using. They're right in the midst of their setup right now, so we're going to try to not take up too much of their time. But Nikki, is there anything that you would love to say about shouting out this system and what it makes it so special on Broadway?
What looks like a traditional spotlight is actually not. Our spot rides on top of basically a series of servers that outputs the X and Y that we point to on stage, and then we adjust for height. So we're jumping between different lights throughout the rig.
This show truly does not happen with the incredible work that all of these people are doing. They are not necessarily the people that you see every day, but the only reason I am seen on stage is because they are trying to follow me. It doesn't just happen in the lights, it happens the moment you walk into the theater, and what that means is that it's all of the people working front of house. It's your bartenders, it's your the people where you're buying merch from, right? And it's also the people making sure that you get to your seats. So, hi friend, what's your name?
Dahlia.
Dahlia's here. Dahlia, can you give us a little insight on how to make sure guests get to their seats so they can experience it from the very top of the show?
Oh, wow. I mean, I take a look at their ticket. I always say, welcome to Hawkins, welcome to the Upside Down. I usually wear my name tag upside down. So if someone is like, your name tag's upside down, I kind of gotta gaslight them. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Welcome to room 325. That's with TR Knight and the one and only Burke Swanson. Like any other dress room, you try to keep it as efficient as possible, but also give it an element of home or things that remind you of the show. So Theo was really, really lovely in getting a Godzilla poster, like an old vintage Godzilla poster, which is a nice reference for my character in the show. We also have some Totoro, and over here on this side, our new favorite film, Sinners. And, just like little elements of joy. This is our class slacker here, Tom. This is Tom. You know, how many parts do you cover as a swing?
5.
I mean, just really, couldn't you have done 10? I don't really understand.
Probably, yeah. If you just say yes, you know, no one's really checking. So.
Exactly. Tom, do you have a band outside of this?
I do, yeah.
Where can we find that music?
It's called Homeschool.
And it's awesome. It's awesome. You want to walk with me upstairs?
Sure.
You know, we didn't get a Tony nomination for Louis McCartney's performance as Henry Creel for nothing. That comes from not only his sheer amount of grit and determination in that role, but it also comes from the commitment of this entire ensemble who are making sure that at the core, when there's explosions and lights and sound, you have a really in-depth, intimate story of trauma and family and all of those things that are happening at the same time. These are the only 2 posters here at the Marquee Theater. We love theater here, but especially Donnie and Marie, A Broadway Christmas, strictly limited engagement, and Oba Oba. Don't you worry, Oba Oba is sexy. Oh my gosh, who's this?
Please come into our locker room.
Oh my goodness.
Come on in. We have a few of our cast members in here right now. We have Victor de Palahoca, and we also have Eric Wiegand. 2 of my favorites, but I don't rank them or anything like that. If you turn right over here, we have the famed Hawkins jersey. I think it's an Etsy or Redbubble find. Malcolm Callender, who coined it. Our locker room, I guess. This is my station. We have some fun photos, some busts of Louis' head. We had an award show called the Louis Awards right before the Tonys. I did win Biggest Cast Gossip. I love to tell stories. I think it gets a really bad connotation, but yeah, I have a couple of these. We got some winners over here as well. We've got Logan's station. We've got these over here. We have our finger on the pulse, everybody. We not some Labubus, but some Lafufus. Jamie, Jamie Martin Mann, everybody.
Hi everyone.
Play.
I played Ted Wheeler, Go Blue. These actually aren't Labubus. I just want to be really clear. These are the offshoot Lafufu. This is Emerald, and this is Terabithia. They have pretty intensive backstories, so I'll skip that for now.
Here's our dressing room. There are a lot of women in here. In fact, there's 9 of us. That's an amazing number, and the maximum number you can have in one room. We have some really sweet things here, like one of our lovely fans has made us little drawings, which is so sweet. There's some really glamorous stuff about being a Broadway actor, and one of them is when you get to sleep on this little cot, and sometimes you share it with a friend. We love Stranger Things: The First Shadow, and it sounds a little sarcastic, but it's actually completely true.
What is the most complex part of your job on the day in, day out, pre-show and then during the show?
Oh my God, pre-show, it's just chasing down items. A lot of times things rip, things get taken to our stitchers, so I have to bring them downstairs to where they belong. And then during the show, I have a section of the show where I can't tell you when it is, but I go out on stage at one point, and then I go up a spiral staircase 2.5 flights, and I do a change above the proscenium.
Hey, can you tell the people about who you play in the show and why that's so special?
Oh my God. Oh, you put me on the spot. I play Patty Newby. She's a new character to the Stranger Things universe. She plays a integral part in Henry Creel's story. We get to explore his humanity through Patty. Right now, just showed up to the theater, like walked through the door, don't have any makeup on my face, but
looking stunning as ever.
Oh my God, thank you. But yeah, Patty's a lot of fun, and we get to enjoy the day through Hawkins.
Hey, look, it's 6:07. I've got to do a full body warm up, and I got a show to do. So I'm gonna leave you all here, and I'm gonna go hang out with Mindy, our mind flare. But we'll see you at the show 8 times a week, baby, here at the Marquee Theater. Thanks for hanging out. See you later.